Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla.
And we want you to mansplain baseball elsewhere.
Yay! So, today is International Bat Appreciation Day. It's April 18th.
Oh.
I think they mean like bats like that fly, but since
Fuck
we're a
that.
baseball podcast.
What about the ones that flip?
Exactly. Disrespect the game, baby. So I'm going to toast Ronald Acuna Jr. and apparently Jeff McNeil got in on the game this year. The Mets guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the Mets are all sticks in the mud, but I guess he had a really epic backflip like a week ago.
Love that.
So, with my Mountain Dew Zero Sugar here. So,
Yummy.
yes. That's all it is. Because I'm trying to be good. I know this is not in any way healthy for you. But anyway, yay bats. We appreciate them. Also, Miguel Cabrera's 38th birthday. So shout out Mickey. Ashlyn,
Birthday.
what are you toasting with?
I am toasting. First of all, shout out to David. He's cutting grass right outside the window. I'm not sure if you guys can hear him or not, but he's right there. Finally, for the first time, we're cutting grass for the first time this season, and that's just like, I don't know, makes me happy.
That means summer's coming.
Yeah, like I'm just like, oh. Okay, so I am drinking Ashland hard seltzer, raspberry lemonade flavored, and the first thing I would like to say is this fucker is full. Like there's this much space. No one listening can see that. Very little space between the liquid and the lid. Anyways, whatever. I am toasting. I got wrapped up. I've always loved like this day in history stuff, you know? Well, this week I got wrapped up in MLB.com. They have a section that's like history of the game, and it's like they do it week by week. Anyway, so this week in history of baseball, Bob Feller in 1940 threw a no-hitter for the Cleveland Indians on opening day, which no-hitters are cool all on their own. However, that's the only no-hitter ever to be thrown on opening day. So that's even cooler. So I'm toasting to Bob Feller because no-hitters are cool. Well, we've had a couple no-hitters in the last 2 weeks. So
yeah,
I thought it was fun.
Yep.
I've got some it's Bellacera Pinot Grigio. And
in your Blue Jays glass.
Yes, it's so pretty. Shout out Fanatics. I love when they have sales and you can go and find like cheap glassware for like $5. So I always keep an eye on like wine glasses and shot glasses. So that's my love language is mugs and stuff. So
amen.
I love myself. I don't know exactly what to toast to other than the weather's finally, other than the past couple days, has been warmer up here. So spring is like really here. Summer's coming. End of school. My kid is PSSAs this week, so good luck to her. But I just wanted to toast to like everybody having a good mental health week because these past few weeks have been hard for a lot of people, and I just want hopefully you can schedule some self-care for yourself and enjoy warmer weather, hopefully wherever you are. So take care of yourself.
Yes. Agreed. Co-toasted. Yes. I'm about to taste this for the first time. I'm very nervous. Okay, it's good. It definitely has more of a, this is not a seltzer review pod.
But it kind of is.
But, you're true. But it doesn't have, like the, carbonation, like, kind of burn. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? There's not that. Granted, it did travel across the country, so maybe that's why. But maybe it would have, maybe it would have some burn if I was drinking it in California, but I'm not. So it has no, like, I could probably shotgun this right now.
Okay, well, don't do that because we still have a little bit of show to go. But it would be kick-ass, much like the lady Marla has to tell us about.
Yes, and that lady is, I guess she is 21, so maybe she could shotgun with us someday. So this lady that I'm going to talk about is Charli Collier. She was just taken #1 overall in the WNBA draft by the Dallas Wings. She was born September 22nd, 1999, so a little bit of math there. She is 21. She is the center and / power forward. So throughout high school, she got all the awards. She's 4-year letter winner for Barbers Hill High School. It's in like the greater Houston area. She was ranked the nation's top player in the class of 2018, according to Prospects Nation and the Blue Star Report, and was ranked #2 by ESPNW Hoop Girls. She also won 2018 McDonald's All-American. She was a Jordan Brand Classic participant and the 2017-18 Gatorade State Girls Basketball Player of the Year. In April 2016, she lost her father, and he was like one of her greatest inspirations. He always told her, "You'll be #1." He didn't say like you'll go in the top round or anything. He told her, "You will be #1 in the draft," and she accomplished that for him. And it was really sweet. God, I'm tearing up. It was really sweet watching the clip of her and like her mom and her little brother and her boyfriend, I think, were there, and she had a picture of her father there, and it was really nice. And she said like, "He's still here with me. I know he's proud." So it's really awesome. I'm sorry. She, in college, went to the University of Texas. She was one of the most decorated players in program history. She played for the national U17 team. They won bronze in the 2016 World Championships, represented the U.S. in the inaugural FIBA 3x3 or 3-on-3, I don't however we say that, women's series in the summer of 2019. And yeah, so the Wings have not had a winning record since 2015, I believe, and they were still in Tulsa at the time. And they got 4 picks in this first round this past week. So they are probably going to be pretty scary this year, actually. So that'll be exciting because, more talented players brings more excitement to the team and the league in general. So I saw a ton of people this past week on Twitter saying like, "Oh, I gotta find a team." Like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so exciting." So I've been like sharing a bunch of stuff and just getting everybody as hyped as I possibly can because I'm excited about it. And the league pass for the WNBA is $17.
Yeah, and I saw there's a thread, we could probably find it again. I think you shared it too, Marlo, where like the girl goes through and kind of details each team and like gives a little quick fact and like some of the players and just kind of like pick who you want.
She has a whole thread. I've shared it a few times. If you have questions about it, just at us or the pod or something.
You can't be like, I'm just going to pick the best uniform because you will never be able to pick because all the uniforms are fucking fire. Like, they're all so good. So, yeah, that's exciting. I also saw a lot of people saying on Twitter, and I also agree with this, that I feel like I saw more about the draft this year. I don't know, maybe I just paid attention a little more, but I feel like the videos of like the players when they got drafted at home and stuff. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been.
They did that last year, but it wasn't as much, and it was right after the pandemic hit, so everybody was still figuring out this whole remote lifestyle thing. So it wasn't as polished as it was this year.
And there's a WNBA documentary coming out soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I think it's on HBO, but it's like an all-female production team put it together.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's I just saw something really quickly about it, but so that's probably a lot of like the cross publicizing. Yeah, promotion, that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so
love that.
Shout out to Charli, and I'm really excited to see her play this year, and hopefully she doesn't stomp my links too hard. So hopefully.
That's fun. So speaking of like not fun, we are apparently bringing back the Mansplain segment because sports are back. It's mansplaining. And I kind of have, this is a a recap again of we've definitely discussed this in the Mansplain segment before. We're gonna do it again because people don't listen. And it's just like read the tweet, like read the actual tweet before you say anything. I've had Dodgers fans in my mentions for about 48 hours now because I sent a tweet that was like, okay, when you think of like the superstar exciting player for different teams, you know, you think Ronnie for the Braves, you think Tatis for the Padres, you think Lindor for the Mets, named off a bunch. I was like, what do Dodgers fans do? Do they just say, do you have one? Or you just be like, all of them? Okay, so that's a compliment.
Yeah. Can you
to the
even
Dodgers,
pick one?
actually. if you read the tweet, that's a compliment to the Dodgers. Oh my God, you don't think Mookie Betts is a star? You don't think Corey Seager is a star? Mookie Betts is a star. And then it got so much worse when he made that catch last night. I was like, y'all, this is not.
Reading
First of all,
comprehension is hard, I guess.
He's a superstar. Also, I probably should have, on me, some self-awareness, I probably should have used a different word than exciting because what I really meant was like personality, I think, or like loudness. Because you know, like you think of Ronnie and you like got all the bright yellow and the chains,
or like Jazz Chisholm Jr. or like
exactly.
with like he's running with his chains like literally bouncing on him.
Yes, like I put Jazz in the tweet for Miami, like Tatis, you know, in Lindor, he's got the crazy cleats and the glove and the hair, like. That's what I was talking about. So I should have not used the word exciting. That's on me.
And like bring that energy. Like the Dodgers are super talented, which you gave them in this thread. It's just like they're all like, we're going to go out there. Like, I'm sorry, Justin Turner, like you might be good at baseball or whatever. And that hurts me to say because I don't like you, nor your red hair, nor like that little thing you do with the bat to hit your own back. I just don't like it. But you're good at baseball. But you're not that exciting to watch. Like, you have some good plays. I'm not taking away from that. But I'm never going to turn into a game just because Justin Turner is playing a game.
Exactly. That right there is exactly what I meant. Because the Dodgers...
And even like Mookie had that good play. He just goes about his business.
Exactly. Like,
we need more swag.
Somebody else in the thread said something
like, "Who's the swaggiest player on your team?"
That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. So that's on me. I'll proofread next time, or not proofread, but like use better words. But somebody said
it's not swaggy. Like he just
not at all. He's great at what he does. He's the NLCS MVP and the World Series MVP. He's obviously fantastic at fucking baseball.
All the MVPs at one time.
Exactly,
but he's not swaggy about it.
Like, damn, that boy is just. No, I don't think that when I think of him. That's what my point was. There, a Dodgers fan actually, because it seemed like
half of them. Ray's going to say we hate on them, but let's point out that when they did celebrate, Bellinger ended up having to have surgery. That's how infrequently they do it.
That's true.
Let me just say that.
So I do think I will say make it clear that I feel like this might have been my first forte into soft Dodgers Twitter. Because most of the people that we like speak to and interact with on a regular basis, we're like, yeah, no, I get what you are saying. They're a bunch of like wifed up dudes who just come and fucking win by 20 points or runs, whatever, same difference, and then like go home and that's like it. They might wear like a funky T-shirt or something one day, but that's about all you're gonna get. Right. That was my.
You get to go get it out of the ocean 2 seasons ago, and that's
see that was really cool. But like, anyways. So whatever. Somebody else said, I think it was a Red Sox fan actually, was like Mookie Betts has made a career out of making impossible plays seem normal. So that's why, like, when Mookie made that catch last night, that was crazy. But I expected Mookie to catch.
Mike Trout. Mike Trout is not an electric personality.
No, I know more about Mike Trout loving the weather forecast than about like I know he's a good player, but I can't point out like single amazing plays he's made because you focus more on him as an amateur weather person. Like I'm just saying. First Tatis like sliding into the base like he's trying to swim backstroke or some crazy ass shit.
Or like Daz in the game against us the other day, he walked and then got second on a balk and then stole third And I think we kept him there, actually. I don't think he was allowed to score.
But then, you think about Ronnie, which granted we're biased, but like Ronnie breaks his bat, and then like Jazz makes a show of like running away from the bat, like, oh my God, even your bat's gonna kill me. Like they're putting on a show for us in the middle of a game.
They're
like,
good
right.
So yeah, that's my mansplain. Just read the whole tweet, because even if you took away my comments of being like, if I'm going to list exciting players, I'm listing a lot of people above Mookie, that pissed them off. That, I get that, I guess, probably. I would probably be pissed off if somebody was like, Ronald Acuna Jr. isn't exciting. So I get that. But even if you took that part away, at the end of the thing, I said, do the Dodgers even have one, or do they just say everybody? Because they could say everybody if they want to go with like great super talented.
Because winning by 20 runs is very exciting.
Very exciting. Being the like, what is it? They've started.
Their payroll's their most exciting player.
Yeah, they've started better than any defending world champion has ever started at this point, or some fucking obscure like not rule, but accomplishment. You know, that's fucking exciting or whatever. I'm just saying.
Well, I know.
Get your panties out of a bunch, Dodgers fans.
Right?
I've had it happen.
Jersey. I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying.
I'm wearing my little young, thick Austin Riley shirt here. But like I've said 1,000 times, I like Camargo more than Riley. And there's really no logical reason for it. Mm-hmm. But I just do. And then every time I say that, someone tries to argue with me. And I'm like, I literally say, this is just how I feel. Like, get off my butt.
It's an opinion.
Also, opinions are like literal opinions. So, like, if you think I'm fucking stupid for thinking that, that's fine. That's cool. I'm gonna still think it though, and you're never gonna change my mind. So, like, don't waste your typing. Don't waste.
Somebody
will mute you anyway, so you can.
And I remember
I muted that whole thread so quick, and then I would like randomly go back and check just because I like was bored and felt like fighting. So I'd pick like one person. Because some guy was like, why are you responding to me and not anybody else? I was like, because I just happened to click on your reply. Oh my God.
It's to your lucky day, baby.
Also because you're getting really upset, and so it is fun, sir.
Also, that was true.
Marla got caught up in one too, though, like the same day.
Yeah, I said, what did I even say at the beginning? I said something like, I want Shane Green. And then some guy jumped in my mentions and was like, we need 2019 before we need Shane Green. And I was like, but I would like both, please. And then I said, well, you don't have either right now.
Right.
And then he was like, well, like, I'll take Max Fried or Shane Green. And I was like, okay, thanks for hopping in my mentions to argue about nothing. We can have more than one good pitcher. Goodbye. And then I muted him. So he's probably still arguing into the ether. Good luck. I will get the last word in my mind. I don't care. Fuck you.
Let us make it so when we mute someone, they stay muted for perpetuity.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. And now that we have that settled,
baseball.
Ashlyn, you tell us about men we actually care about, and those are the ones that play for the Major League Baseball.
So my updates from around the league is like 423 bullet points. So I'm going to just kind of run through, and then we can talk about the ones that we care to talk about. First of all, A's are on a run. They kind of really sucked at the beginning. They're on a run. I'm not sure how many they've won in a row, but it's like 7 or something. I don't know. It's maybe not that much, but they're winning some of the games.
They did sweep the Tigers. They did.
There you go. And they took 2 out of 3 from the Astros, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2 out of 3. The Yankees suck, so that's exciting. Very fun. Fun to watch their team fans freak out. The Dodgers and the Padres played their first series this weekend, or they played 2 of 3 games. They have been exciting. I did sleep through the first one for the most part because it was like the middle of the night. That one was really exciting.
But apparently the benches cleared.
They
went to 12 innings.
It was 12 innings. And in that 12th inning, it went from being tied to they ended up winning like 11-6. So I need to understand why, but I didn't watch any highlights out of fuck you. I watched all of last night's game. Kershaw cussed on TV last night's game. That was exciting. Jay Bruce retired today. Strasburg is hurt. Yeah. Strasburg is hurt after he sucked it up like the last time he was out, and they left him out there to die basically. Then he kind of did die because he's on the IL now. Cody Bellinger, they came out and said he also, from that when that dude stepped on his foot, you know, and they were like, oh, just Achilles soreness or whatever. Well, turns out he has a hairline fracture. Yelich is on the 10-day IL with that. Gary Sanchez is hurt. He got a foul tip off his fingers. I think it's like the first and middle finger. I don't know, whatever. Ohtani has a blister. Kevin Kiermaier's on the 10-day IL with a quad strain. Gavin Lux has wrist soreness. The Reds have 23 home runs, leading the league. Joey Votto turned a triple play. DeGrom
that was
out.
Funny. Okay, did anyone actually see this? Because he tripped him.
I did not.
So he caught like the hit, and then he touched first base. So he got out the guy who was like running to second, and then I think it was Rosario. But don't quote me. I think it was Rosario like ran home and thought he had scored a run, but he never tagged up because he thought like the ball had gone or whatever, and like Votto had to scoop it up or whatnot. So he thought he had actually scored. So Votto played along and let him like touch home and go to the dugout and like celebrate. And then like once he was like, he kind of like looked at the umpire and then like tossed it to third base, and the third baseman stepped on the bag. So since he had never tagged up, he was out.
I love that.
So it was a triple play. So it was
That's exciting.
Yeah.
The Twins have COVID. The Nats had COVID. Think they don't have COVID anymore. That may have even been last week. I'm not really sure. It all kind of runs together in the COVID world. DeGrom struck out 9 in a row again.
Oh, the Nats don't have COVID because that fucker Trey Turner got a home run. So
okay, there you go. DeGrom struck out 9 in a row again. That was one shot of the record.
Won his start.
They won.
That's what he's
I still say #free DeGrom.
Yeah, amen. He deserves so much better. The Rockies got fucked by the Dodgers. There's no other way to put it. It was rough out there. The Giants are like kind of doing better than everybody expected. Obviously, nobody out there is going to beat the Dodgers, but the Giants are kind of like, oh, like y'all are doing kind of okay. Then Miami walked it off on them last night, so that might
put them back in their place.
Yeah, show them who they really are. The Rangers suck royally, and Kansas City, the Royals, the Mariners are doing pretty good. And the Royals are like kind of shocking folks. And then I guess we need to give like a little bit of attention to the Red Sox went on like a 9-game run and that was again as far as obscure achievements goes. They were the only team to ever go on a 9-run win after a 0-3 start or some fucking bullshit. I don't know.
But JD Martinez had a 3-home run game for his third team that he's done it for.
Yeah. JD Martinez is
might be good.
Might be good. Oh, and Boston premiered their, what are they called? Like City League or City something?
Boston City
uniforms. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Those yellow and blue uniforms.
A lot of people are angry.
When a lot of people did not research, because at first I was like, the fuck are these colors? But then if you look at the City of Boston flag, that's the colors. So it makes sense if you bother to Google City of Boston.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to trash something, at least do a quick Google search before you do it, guys.
Also, it's just like a specialty jersey. Maybe let's tone down the anger. Blood pressure is lowered a little bit.
Exactly. Because also, if you're bitching, you honestly probably can't afford it. Because I looked just out of like curiosity. Them bitches are like $400.
Yeah.
So you ain't buying them anyways. Don't even worry about it. Because I will say when those came out, like when they showed the mock-up, like not on a person, you know what I'm talking about? I
think everyone was just like, oh, powder blue. Everyone does powder blue. Why is Boston doing it? Kind of thing.
Like, the Boston, like the lettering was just really plain for me, and I was just kind of like. Nah, I don't hate it, but nah. Oh no. Oh no. They look so good. They look so good. I love them. They should probably wear them like once a week. But that's just me. Sorry, Boston fans, if you hate them, I don't care. So anyways, there's that. And that's kind of it. I mean, I'm probably
Giolito and Beaver got in like a pitcher stool, like a legit pitcher stool. But then the next day, Rodon, I can never pronounce his name. He went to NC State, so nobody gives a fuck about him. But he also threw a no-no, and I think it was like the shortest time between no-nos that like we've had in recent MLB history.
Yeah.
Between Musgroves and his. So
yeah, it's only a couple of days, so
it's been interesting, but like and Scherzer passed Cy Young on the all-time strikeouts list. So
love that. Oh yeah, I did forget the no-hitter, so that's probably important and around the league, but whatever, you covered it. Also, I don't know if y'all saw, I didn't watch any of that game. However, when it was like the 9th inning and it was still going, I was like, I think the Braves game had ended or the Astros game, whatever game I was watching had ended, so I flipped it on. And the only reason it wasn't a perfect game was he hit that dude in the toe.
Yeah.
All that took, and that fucker could have gotten out of the way. That's a different story. But
which is also like, I don't know if that's the only reason Joe's wasn't a perfect game. I think so though,
it was,
because that was like the 5th, and then this was the 6th one that had been broken up by a hit batsman. And so, like, if you think about 6 out of 6 perfect games broken up in the history of MLB, like, for 2 of them to happen in the past 2 weeks, like, that's
pretty exciting.
Right.
Yeah, because it may have been Talking Baseball that was talking about this. It was some podcast I was listening to about how, like, it seems like at some point you look and you're like, oh, everybody's hitting the shit out of the ball. Like you got Ronnie hitting like 400 home runs every day. Like, people are hitting the shit out of the ball. But then again, we've had 2 no-hitters and it's April.
Right.
So it's like you're kind of getting the best of both worlds right now, which is really cool.
We have like the best baseball in history.
Yeah.
Right. So speaking of roller coasters and a complete roller coaster, yeah. So the Braves. It's been a week, and I'm still not over the fact that Baum did not touch the fucking plate. He didn't touch it. No, he didn't.
And we have to play ESPN baseball again tonight.
And I'm really beginning to think we are cursed until he comes back. Like, I will pay for your little ticket to go to Truist Park and step on the goddamn plate. Like, we don't even have to be playing. Just step on it.
We need closure.
Get back on the plane. That's all we need. Okay. So anyway, we almost got swept by Marlins because, of course, Adam Duvall had the best series he's probably ever had. I didn't look up stats. It's just my feeling. Don't at me. But he balled out. And everybody on Braves Twitter who is not a moron knew that was going to happen. So then we beat the Cubs during a day game. And we're like, oh, that's awesome. We're back on it. We just need to get out of the city. And then we got our butt handed to us yesterday. And so tonight we get to watch ESPN baseball, and hopefully we take the series. But also, and then I was kind of sad because, like, we didn't even get to see Rossi on Friday because he was suspended for, like, I guess. So I learned when managers get in a fight and get suspended afterwards, not that he was in the fight, but like he was part of the fight. I guess that's why he got suspended. They can't appeal it like players can.
Ew.
So anyway, but I think he's back. But yesterday,
arbitrary rule.
Even though we got our butts handed to us, Kazmar was back in the major leagues for the first time since September 2008, which I texted that fact to someone, and they were like, do you mean 18? And I said, no, I do not.
I do not mean that. That would not be as exciting.
2008, as in when I was a sophomore in college. Yeah. So Marlo was still in high school, I believe.
Yeah, I graduated in 2010, so.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all don't think too much about where you were in 2008. If you like me, you might not remember most of the year. But it was a good time, I think. So Acuna, our bench, Panda, they're all on fire. They're doing great. They're doing phenomenal. We are not worried about Marcell Ozuna, even though apparently Chip thinks he's striking out a lot. That's what Marcell does. He strikes out, or I would say he strikes out or hits a home run, but he's been doing really good with like the base hits this year. Like,
Yeah.
Which a lot of people last year complained it was all strikeouts or home runs. This year he's playing more, I don't want to say smarter ball, but like it's not all power hitting. It's doing what he needs to do to get on base.
League is trending though, either strikeout or home run.
Yeah.
Right. Just like we were saying, everybody's made these notice.
You old ass man.
Right. And anyway, so I'm not worried about Marcell. I am worried about half our team being on the injured list. Smiley left forearm inflammation. I saw someone say just because he wanted a career like Cole Hamels doesn't mean he has to be the Braves version.
That's not.
So,
no, thank you.
Too soon, but also kind of funny.
Yeah.
NCRJ actually would have gotten like a good chance at playing because Pache got hurt his groin. So NCRJ started. He was doing decent. I mean, he's not going to be all-star again, but like he was playing his little role, and then he hurt his hamstring, so hope he heals quickly. Ozzy got hit on the right calf, so prayers for quick recovery there. Nuke, they never said why he was injured, and apparently if they don't say why, it's probably exposure to COVID and tracking, so hopefully he doesn't have it. Hopefully they're just like...
Or vaccine symptoms, because they are put on the list for that as well. And our 40-man is at 41, and COVID list people don't count against the 40-man, so it's one of those two.
So hopefully he's back in like a day or two.
Soon. Either way.
So we called up Guillermo Heredia. I need pronunciation lessons, but he actually like started a game for us. Bryce Wilson, who's probably going to start today, the better Wilson brother, and Jesse Biddle, who's back with the Braves. Got called up, so we're at Jesse Biddle time on our staff. So I mean, if you do believe in Jesus, you might want to pray. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Jesse Biddle,
or whoever you believe in. I don't know. Do it.
When is the Drew Waters season?
Whatever you do. Well, Drew Waters might be able to pitch. I don't know.
I didn't expect
him out
to
on the
see
mound.
this year. No, I didn't expect to see him this year, but at this point, why not? Fuck.
Right. So
see what he does.
Kyle Wright and Tucker Davidson both got called up like for one game and then optioned back down, but Kyle actually threw, and apparently he threw one game, is now leading the MLB in hits batsman.
Yeah, he had, fun fact, that game he hit 4 people in. Before that, the last person to hit 4 people in a start, there might have been an inning increment in there too, like within 5 innings or something, I don't remember, was like 1908 or something, so that was cool.
So we are breaking records this year. That's what I'm hearing.
Breaking all the records. Also, fucking Jesse Biddle's ERA is 108. That's not a joke. It's 108.
That's impressive.
I don't even know what to do with that.
Okay, that's what we need to talk about. I didn't tell anybody because nobody listened to me, but we need Jesse Biddle back. He posted those dumbass. Look, Jesse, if you listen to this, I'm sorry. I believe in you. But
or come on and defend yourself. Please do.
Yeah.
But so our bench is doing really well. Adrianza slid into first, and then I took a whole ass nap, woke up and heard Frenchie saying our last hit was that bunt single by Adrianza, and I said, what? I'm going back to sleep. I don't want to watch the rest of this game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn that off.
But I mean, there's pieces. We don't have to be good till May. You know what? Let's not be good till May 25th, because anything the Nats did, we can do better.
No, 23rd.
Be good May, but a day later, right? And then we'll be good a day later, and then still win the World Series. That's my theory.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're going for.
Because once we get healthy, these bitches better watch out. They will be ready.
Once our batters, more than our leadoff hitter starts hitting.
And I'm very sad that Max Fried is on the IL, but maybe he needs a little bit of a reset right now.
Yeah, that was definitely not the Max of old. And I don't like what are the rules for family? Like, I know, can they not travel with the teams this year? Because I think that's seriously affecting our guys. We saw what it did for Freddie when he got to see his family.
We did. I don't know if they have like restrictions on it this time or not. Because I mean, they're
laid. That's what I'm saying.
I wonder if it's getting laid, but also like there seems to be a lot of new roster pieces in. Does that make sense? So you obviously have Ronnie and Ozzy who are best friends, and Pache's kind of like part in Azuna, but like a lot of these other people are just kind of pasted in there. And so you think about how lonely that has to be, and then like you have no family on the road, and you don't really know these guys you're playing with.
They need to have, and I don't even know what the clubhouse rules are. I don't know if they're allowed to sit and play cards in the clubhouse, or if they have to wait till they get vaccinated, or like.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, because remember the Nats got in trouble for, I think it was the Nats, maybe it was the Cards. Somebody last year got in trouble for hanging out in hotel rooms with other team members. Like, even though they could hang out in the dugout for 5 hours with no mask on.
Yeah. But we kind of, it's easy to discount parts of 2020 saying it was 2020. It was all fucked up. So much was weird, but it's still pretty weird this year. So I think we need to account for that. Our guys are not back to where they were in 2019. The world is not back to where it was in 2019. Like, we still need to give some leeway, but hopefully we get those vaccines rolling out into our clubhouses, and maybe they can play cards and or see their significant others and maybe start hitting the ball.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say about the Braves is if this had to happen, much rather it now than in later.
August or September.
Get all this shit out of your system. You got your hurt. You need your rest. You can't hit the damn ball.
I mean, it's not like we
do all of that shit now because we don't have time.
It's not like we haven't won like no games at all. We've still won just as many games as the first place New York Mets. They just are refusing to play all their games. / they have weather issues, but I think they're doing something to cause that.
Same record as the Pirates, but we won't talk about that.
We won more games than the Nats, but they've played less.
Yeah.
So,
bullshit.
Percentages. You're a bitch.
Yeah, well, we're not a math pod, so I think percentages are bullshit. And you should just go off straight wins, unless we have
I agree. If you've only won 5 games and I've only won 5 games, if you only played 6, that's on you. We're even, baby. We're even. That's a you, not a we problem.
That's a you. You should have stayed healthy. Sorry, boo. You had a whole year to figure it out.
Wherever the hell you were. We've been doing this for a year, bro. For a year. You should not. I mean, you can get COVID still. I don't want to shame people who get COVID, but we've been doing this for a year. Act right. Act right.
You know who has been acting right? Vlad Jr. and those Blue Jays.
Yes. So Vladdy hit the longest home run of his career the other day on the 15th, 456 feet, which is insane. And we had a 3-3 week. So it's very, kind of meh. They're playing the Royals right now, and checking my notifications doesn't look like there is a score yet, so that's good. They have not been swept yet this season, and they won't get swept in this series either because we won a game yesterday. So they are doing as much as we can ask of them at this point. They're better than the Yankees, so that's awesome. So let me see. Going through this week, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Robbie Ray were both activated. The IL Ross Stripling, Jordan Romano, and Julian Merriweather all got put on it. Not great. I talked about Merriweather a couple weeks ago. He was starting to really heat up. and that didn't pan out great this week. Let's see. The Yankees, they took 2 out of 3, I believe. So they are doing the damn thing there.
Which just cracks me up because Garrett Cole kind of blew off the Blue Jays, and I haven't forgotten. Yeah. So it just makes me laugh.
They did lose the Cole game though. That's the one they lost. So
yeah, but not the first time. So it's okay.
If he can back it up.
But he couldn't the first time. So I'm still in Blue Jays corner here.
Love it. And then when Robbie Ray was activated on the 12th, he went in the game, pitched 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Not great, but you're just coming off the IL. Whatever. Let me see what else happened. Oh, the 13th, Bo, Vlad, and Biggio all got 2 hits. Honjun Ryu got 6.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. And that was the game Tyon went in, and Tyon got chased out in 3.2 innings and gave up 5 earned runs. So I love Tyon. I saw him pitch his complete game in 2018. We were at the park, so that was cool, but it was also very cool to watch him get beat by my Jays. On the 14th, Bo hit a walk-off. He had 3 hits that day. Vlad and Rowdy's heating up, getting there. They had 2 hits. And then 15th,
can't believe you didn't just say Rowdy's getting rowdy, but anyways.
Not quite rowdy yet. A little restless. Hopefully this upcoming week he'll get rowdy. And on the 14th, that game where Bo hit the walk-off, Alejandro Kirk hit his first hit of the year, and it was a home run. So we will take it. If that's all you want to hit this year, baby, that's okay. I mean, he does have 4 hits total, I think, at this point, but still, keep hitting the homers.
There we go.
Phelps got hit off the back on the 12th. 106.9, not nice. Exit velocity. Hit him off the back, but he's okay. But ow, fucking hurt. Pitcher getting those line drops back to you fucking hurt. Let me tell you, they're not fun. What else happened? Bo tied Joe DiMaggio for the most multi extra base hit games through the first 87 games of their career. He was at 14. So Joe DiMaggio, a little name you might know, pretty good. And what day was it that? Oh, Christ. Maybe I didn't write it down. Anyway, Mats is going crazy. He's killing it. 5 strikeouts, 6 inning pitched yesterday in game 1. They won game 1 and lost the second game, which was a bullpen game. Tommy Malone started, and it just kind of got ugly from there. Yeah.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, so that was kind of a punt. They punted that game. It's fine.
That's fine. Happens sometimes.
And I thought I wrote it down. There was a guy who sat out Monday's game. I must not have written it down, but I tweeted about it. One of the Blue Jays players sat out because of what's going on in Minnesota, and he sat out in protest for a Black Lives Matter, to bring attention to it. So I thought that was cool. And so yeah, they're doing it. They're beating the Yankees, and I think we're 7-8 now for the year. So not 500, but close. And
you'll get there after tonight. I have faith.
Yeah. So Kansas City, although they are doing better than we projected, like Ash said earlier, whatever. Not intimidating.
Kansas City.
Kind of like the Astros getting swept by the Tigers down there.
Bro, okay, so my baseball teams are both kind of doing the same thing and getting all this horrendous ball playing out of their system early. So love that for us. The Astros went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game losing streak.
They did have 5 people go out because of COVID, though.
And I will rant about that in just one moment.
Oh, sorry.
The losing streak started a little before that, though, in all fairness. So they had a 6-game losing streak. They lost 2 to the A's. That's when the A's started their hot streak. They lost 2 to the A's. They were swept at home by the Detroit Tigers. Then they lost a game to the Seattle Mariners. Yesterday, they did win a game against Seattle. Greinke pitched. He was amazing and super fun, as always. And his after the game interview thing or whatever, he was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really have it, but like he was fucking nails, so whatever. But anyways, it's fine. They won 1-0 yesterday, and they're playing again like right now, if I'm not mistaken. The Astros are as low as you can be in the standings without being the Rangers. So
still on top of Texas.
It's not looking great at the moment. But again, April baseball doesn't really matter, and we're just getting all this out of our system at once. On to the COVID thing that Emily was talking about. They had actually 7 people go out for COVID. If I'm not mistaken, 5 are still out. And here's where I have a bone to pick with MLB. I mean, lots of places, but also here. Because they had 7 people go out on the COVID injured list or reserved or whatever the hell that stupid COVID list is called. And they had to call up people and still play their fucking games. Period. The Twins postponed their game yesterday. Postponed their game today.
Yeah, is there like a cutoff? Like how many players?
Because
is that what it is? Or is it is it managers saying no, we're not going to play?
I don't know, because it can't be a person cutoff, because the Twins, it's like 2 people at this point. So it can't be a body count. It's
like up to teams have to come to an agreement. I don't know.
But here's the thing, and I said it last year. The whole point of the fucking taxi squad is so you can still play even if your players are out. So what the Astros have to do, everyone should either you have to play or you have to forfeit. If you're the Nats and you miss a whole, almost a week of games, and then you take another day off to get practice, you should have to forfeit those games. At this point, either call up your little guys from whatever the Astros equivalent of Gwinnett is, or forfeit. Period.
I need to know. I would like to know the rule, the hard and fast rule, because it doesn't seem that there is one, and I want to know why, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, and the Braves were on this could just go, oops, nukes on the COVID list. I think we need to cancel our games. And here, let's all go home. Let's have some nights with your family, and let's all practice and stop this losing streak. It's like a 1-game losing streak right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, can he just do that? And he's not doing it?
Use it as a reset.
I mean, that would be a bitch thing to do. But if other teams are doing it, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
What is I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And like and too, if you go back to last year, I mean, the Marlins had to play with like a AA team for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And it was like, LOL, oh well, you shouldn't have gone to Magic City. Sorry about your luck. Like, I just want there to be a set of rules that we follow. If it says, like Emily said, like if the rule is use your fucking taxi squad and keep playing, whether they've ever seen a big league field or not, then fucking do that for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah. Or is it just, and I'm wondering if it is a manager's thing, because Dusty Baker's old school and he's going to put a team out there because that's what you do.
Maybe. He may just be like, we're playing, and of course the other team's not going to be like, no, we don't want to play your AA squad. Like, they're going to definitely be like, okay.
Right.
If you say so, let's go. So we'll see. The Astros do have an opportunity to take this win from yesterday, though, and kind of go on a run. Because, like I said, they're playing Seattle in the rubber match for the series today. They have an off day on Monday. Then they go to Colorado for 2. Then they're at home against the Angels for 3. And then they're at home against Seattle for 4. So they've got an opportunity to, first of all, they're at home for like 7 games in a row. And also, it's like kind of bottom of the barrel. I mean, I know the Mariners are doing better than we expected, but they're still the Mariners. So,
Get
I
some
mean,
dubs.
they have an opportunity to really go on a run and get some dubs here and kind of get themselves back to level or winning and maybe not be the second worst team in their division.
Yeah.
Yep.
Update.
So
It's Aaron Hicks that set out for us because of the shooting in Minnesota. Just wanted to point that out.
well, Aaron Hicks doesn't play for you, but he did sit out that game.
No, for the Braves. For the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Or for that
Yankees for the game, though.
Yeah, for that game.
Yeah. Which, because I was going to mention him because I was like, why does he keep sitting out? Like, not that he shouldn't, but he was drafted by the Twins and played with the Twins for years, which is why the stuff in Minnesota especially is affecting him even harder. Which, I mean, anybody, I mean, it's their right. Just like, and that's the other thing, like, I took a mental health day from work this week. Everybody else, I'm sure, that is listening to this podcast has called in sick to work one day. Let's be honest. So
it's like I said,
let's not act
weeks.
high and mighty like people shouldn't be allowed to do it just because they play baseball. Also, so yes, it's Miggy's 38th birthday. Happy birthday to him. Tigers swept the Astros. Hinch got a standing ovation in a tribute video from Houston when he for the first game. So that was really cool. Casey Mize did amazing. He had 7 shutout innings. And one of the games was like a home run derby, like Baду, Mazzara, Nunez, Ramos, like everybody was just hitting home runs, like home run after home run after home run. It was fantastic. Urania still sucks balls. He is 0-3. I don't know why he's playing baseball. He's the one Tiger I'm not going to pull for. Though I mean, like, I wish he'd, win a damn game for him. But anyway, I don't want to talk about the end of the week against the A's. But I didn't watch any of those games either because they started really late. And I go to bed early-ish. But, so we're like right under 500, I think. Whatever, that's not bad for the Tigers. So.
Yeah.
That's it.
Better than we thought they would be.
And like, Akil Badu is still doing amazing. He had 2 games where he didn't get a hit, and we're like, oh my God, what's going on? But he's a rookie.
He sucks now.
Yeah.
God.
You only got 4 home runs, and it's like April 15th. You're awful. Like,
what was it? Birdie tweeted something like Ronnie's batting average is down to like 448 or some ridiculous number like that. And I was like, man, they're going to have to think about DFAing him soon. His batting average right now is 433. So, and he's 7 home runs.
Awful.
I don't know.
He is tied for first in RBIs in the National League, and he bats leadoff.
Yeah. That's insanity. That's insanity.
Why?
That does seem
like, so when I say that, he might not be tied now. They were tied at 16 at one point. It was like a few days ago.
So what is also insane, so for our draft, at first I just said best beers at a ballpark, and then I was looking at, like, one of y'all brought up, like, specialty drinks, and I'm like, some of these ballparks, like, I wouldn't even watch baseball at, like, say, Safeco Field. I would just go to the bar. Like, they have, like, Michelin-starred chefs running their food and, like, craft cocktails and all this crazy shit. But I'm going to go with my very simple, I'm going to stick with my best beer for the ballpark. And it's not really best taste-wise, but I think it's best experience-wise. You got to get a Natty Boh when you go to Camden Yards. That's going to be my first one. So anyone who's been to Camden Yards knows. I mean, Natty Boh is not the best beer in the world, but it's just like, it's a thing. You got to do it.
Yeah. Definitely on the bucket list for parks. So we'll keep
for sure.
Marla,
let me see. I guess I gotta go. I'm gonna be a homer and say a Yingling. You have to. I mean, it's like $12 for like the big cans, but it's worth it.
Yep, there you go.
Because you can't go wrong. It's refreshing and delicious.
That was on my list, but like specifically at PNC Park. I don't want to drink that shit anywhere else.
I do
'Cause I'm
theme
not.
drinking. That's the thing. Like Natty Boh, I'm never drinking anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
But at
It's like an
Camden Yards,
experience.
yeah.
Although Yingling, you drink everywhere.
I'm gonna break that trend for us though, and I'm going with Frenchie's Blues at Truist, but also anywhere that you can get your hand on Frenchie's Blues because
Well, we can't get our hands on it.
it's fine. We got
Yeah,
plug
someone
this
send
year.
it to us up north, please.
We're all getting a 6-pack this year. We got a plug. Don't worry about it. It's not out yet. We got another month, so it's fine. But yeah, Frenchie's Blues. Also, really, what is it? Chopsecutioner, which is like the hopsecutioner that
from Terrapin.
Yeah, from Terrapin. There's Terrapin Tap Room, obviously, is at Truist. So really, you can go in there and get like any of those. They have Los Bravos too. So all of that. But Frenchie's Blues is definitely number one at Truist Park, and also anywhere you can get it, which is basically just Truist Park.
Yes. And what's your second pick? Because we're snaking back.
Oh yeah, Snake. Okay. So my second is Micheladas at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, you really are Dodgers Ashland.
I was. So that's my second because they look delicious, and I just had a Truly with chamoy dip on the rim because that's as close as you can get around here without making that shit yourself. And there's too many steps, and you have to have this mix, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
The can is not the same.
Absolutely not. Nothing in a can is the same. Hello, Starbucks Nitro, whatever the fuck in a can. Stop it.
Oh, I want some Starbucks. I'm gonna go. Trogs does a sunshine. It's like right around Hershey area. Trogs is a brewery that's really good. From Pennsylvania, they have a Sunshine Pilsner. Granted, I obviously could not go to PNC last season and have not been there yet this season. So I don't know if menus are contracted right now. So if they don't have it this year, don't at me. I don't care. But they had a Sunshine Pilsner that was delicious a few years ago. So Trogs, and really anything Trogs, you can't go wrong. So that is my number 2.
My number 2, I just looked online at different places, and they have a Tropicana field. Again, this is online. It said a bourbon-based concoction called the Everglades Moonshine, served in a mason jar with a candied bacon swizzle stick.
Oh, well, that sounds fun.
So,
oh yeah,
I've never wanted to go to Tropicana, but now I do. So, yes. And then there were like a lot of ballparks that had different things. Like apparently Coors Field has limited release Blue Moon. Like there's a Blue Moon brewery like in Coors Field.
Yep.
So like it was a toss up.
You're foreshadowing.
Yes. I thought that would be awesome. But then also you can get frozen Bacardi daiquiris at Marlins Park. So that was tough for me, but I'm more of a beer girl, so I'm going to have to go with just whatever limited release Blue Moon we're going to have at Coors Field. I feel like that would be phenomenal. Yep. And hopefully we see that cat and it has a new home.
Yes, and it's not just like dumped in the street. Shout out Rocky's social media team.
God, I hope that was a joke. So for my final one, Leinenkugels, they're summer shandy. I don't know how far nationwide they are. I think they're pretty.
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere. So. And they have like 8,000 kinds now.
Yeah, the summer shandy is amazing. And some people like, oh, it's not like that good. Fuck you, it is. And it's great. Listen, I burn in March, so anytime can be summer for me. So summer shandy, number 3. Get you a $16 fucking giant can.
I love that they have them in cans now because they used to only have them in glasses, but now they have them in cans. So it's like also a perfect boat drink, like because you have to have a light beer when you're like when it's hot. Like you can't drink a heavy beer when it's hot.
That's why like I would drink Yingling only at PNC and only like one of them because ew.
You can't have like a Guinness at a July baseball.
Yeah, like it's
No.
fucking hot
And like
outside.
they serve Guinness at PNC too, and I'm like, why? Ew.
Fucking hot.
No.
Yeah, okay, well, so Emily stole my third one, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry. You
we're
can
gonna
have daiquiris.
we're gonna go. I was say I'm gonna steal hers, and I would totally drink fucking rum daiquiris at Marlins Park. That sounds like a blast. Like, do that. Go to the game. Watch the Marlins win. Watch Jazz go off. Drink some daiquiris.
Also,
and like go out. Miami, sign me up. Sign me up. I hope
really
they're
though,
They should have blue ones, or like
They should.
Marlins blue, whatever color that is, teal.
they
Whatever.
should.
Call us cheater.
Also, I'm just going to speak for the whole podcast and say the best beer to have at a park is the one that Ronald Acuna Jr. throws his baseball in.
Right?
Like, did y'all see that clip?
Yes. Yes.
Y'all's
So-
outfielders can't do that.
Yeah, no, your outfielder can't make a beer pong shot from fucking center field. They fucking can't. They fucking can't do it. They're not that cool. So I don't care. That was awesome. Also a quick like into True. Neither one of you have been to Truist, right? Have you been to Truist, Emma? I didn't think it's only been open a couple of years, so I didn't think so.
No.
Truist. One day when we're rich, we're gonna go to Truist, and we're gonna sit in the Delta Sky Club because in the Delta Sky Club they have the. It might be called the Delta Bourbon Bar. It's the something bourbon bar. It's a sponsored bourbon bar.
Okay.
Is that the one they do the radio
Sugar.
commercials for?
The
Yes.
bourbon bramble
Maybe
thing?
the brown sugar one.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
they've
like a
got
club or
100 bourbons that you can try
Oh.
and taste and drink and love. So when we're rich one day, we're gonna do that.
Next year.
Plus, when you're rich, you can get away with bad behavior better. So,
So
It's true.
after you try all 100 bourbons, you can act a fool and no one's gonna do anything about it. So that's fun. It may be brown sugar bourbon bar. It may be that brown sugar bourbon that
it's gross.
sponsors it now that I think about it, which yes, it is gross. Don't whatever for the love of God, never order brown sugar bourbon and Coke unless you like cinnamon rolls and want to drink them.
Also, not a
like
summery thing. That might be delightful, like say at Christmas, sitting around a fire.
Yeah,
But if I'm at a game when it's 110 degrees, I don't want to drink a cinnamon roll.
David got me one when we went to a game. It was in September and it was a night game, so it wasn't super hot, but I was still in shorts and t-shirt. So it was, I mean, it's fucking Atlanta. It's hot still.
Yeah.
He was like walking by it or whatever and just saw bourbon and his brain was like, oh, Ashlyn likes that. So he bought me like a bourbon and Coke, which
He was trying. He was being
That's
very
so
sweet.
Thank you. I had to drink the whole damn thing because of that. But it is so sweet. Like, if you like sweet bourbons, buy that shit because
Go for it.
whew, it's sweet. Anyways, so that's just some Truist Park homeware stuff. They also had this big frozen margarita-y drink daiquiri-y thing. I actually think it's probably like a daiquiri or something because I'm pretty sure it's in the Svedka vodka booth.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get one though because it was cold when we went, or cold for me when we went. So I didn't get one, but they look delicious. They have a little baseball on the bottom of the cup, which I'm a sucker for novelty cups.
Yeah, we
That's
do
cool.
love novelty
Hell
cups. So, Ashlyn, when does our show come out?
Okay, so we have lots of shows now, guys. If you guys haven't or caught up on this yet, we're doing a lot of shit and hopefully do more. On Tuesdays, Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere, this podcast that you know and love that started it all, comes out on Tuesdays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, whatever the fuck you listen to, it's on it. Should be anyways. Then on Wednesday, Mansplain Hockey Elsewhere comes out everywhere except Apple Podcasts, except for maybe this week if I can like appease the Apple gods or something between now and then. Lecturin Ladies has been kind of on an unplanned hiatus because baseball started and life got crazy and whatever, but we are going to binge record the rest of my season this week. And it will start coming out on Friday. I don't know if we've decided if we're going to like release them one at a time or if we're just going to throw a couple at you at once since it's been forever. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. We'll figure it out before Friday. So that comes out on Friday. The YouTube video comes out on Wednesday?
For Lecturin Ladies comes out Friday.
Friday. Okay, the YouTube video for Lecturin Ladies comes out on Friday. And Emily has the next season in that. So
Yes.
Well,
I'm excited for that one.
I was gonna say, what is it on again? Because
Mental health and sports.
Thank you. There you go. I was gonna say, I remember reading the tweet and being like, oh, that's gonna be good, but brain is mush up there. Take care of yourself.
Yes. And then to find us on Patreon, we're Mansplain BB Podcast. Twitter and Insta, we're Mansplain BB Pod. Mansplain Baseball elsewhere on Facebook. And we do interact. We're trying to interact more on Facebook. I know a lot of people don't use it, but in case you're on there trying to raise hell on the Braves Facebook groups, just check us out. So, and then Mansplain MHE Pod Trio is our Twitter for our Mansplain Hockey Pod, in case you're also into that. But we have all of them in our Braves Ashlyn, Braves Emily, Braves Marla Twitter, personal Twitters.
Yes.
So you can find us, and then we will see you next Tuesday.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I mean, maybe I can stop recording.
Maybe.
Stop. No, I literally can't click the button.
That's fine.
Whatevs.
I mean, I can't. Like, I can't click the button. Like, I cannot click the
You're
button.
loving yourself.
Okay, there we go. Stop recording.